with Dante Moore, I don't think it really does anything. Like Dante
But I
Moore,
mean, he was projected to go to the Jets '2 overall in a
but we
lot of mock
also
drafts,
know
and it's early still, but still.
here's the thing though, and
I don't
I will
mind the
give
move.
Hybo some kudos here when he talks about college football is bad. Not that I necessarily agree with him, but I would agree in his sentiment this year that the quarterback draft class is not good. And that doesn't mean
And I
I
mean,
mean
like
more
going
so
off the
it's
numbers, I
not
don't think
deep.
Mendoza should have won Heisman either. Like, I mean,
If you're all
Mm,
quarterback stats as far as like passing and whatnot was down, if you go off of his stats alone, they were very, very dominant, and he was one of the main reasons why that was so. They have a very good defense, they have a solid running game. Mendoza was out there, and you've seen what he's done in the playoff games, going out there
he
and
just
putting
threw,
up five absolute
yeah,
dots for tutties against the Oregon
under
Ducks, who
200
had one of
yards
the best,
passing as well too.
like, yeah,
Like
under 200 yards passing
dude
and
was
put
good
up
in
like
college.
five dot touchdowns. Like, I don't want to hear that statistically he's not at an advantage because the data doesn't. Shut the fuck up. Watch football, dude. That's why I can't take
watch
you
football.
seriously about that. Watch football, dude. Um, I would agree that the QB draft class is not very good because there's simply not enough depth. It's very top heavy. And after you get past four, maybe five names, there's not a whole lot there. Doesn't mean that those guys won't turn out to be something. We've seen Brock Purdy, the Mr. Irrelevant, become a starting quarterback in this league who we all don't think is very good, but he is still out there making
The
a large
playoffs,
amount of money in the playoffs,
in
and
the playoffs,
he's been to a Super Bowl. He's been to a Super Bowl. So
Lost,
like
but
lost, didn't play good, but he's been to a Super Bowl. So like uh, just with the optics, it doesn't look very good, but it's because it's top heavy. Um, Dante Moore would have made the draft
you
class
know
a
who else is
little
top
bit
heavy?
better, but
I mean, who
Me.
else is going to be drafted after Mendoza though?
he was going to be drafted after Mendoza. He probably would have been the second quarterback taken off the
No, but
board.
who is getting drafted after Mendoza? There's a big drop off there. Is anybody even
I'm
like
I
I don't know.
trading
I
up
wouldn't
for it?
think the next quarterback would be drafted for a few more rounds. Like, I don't think.
Somebody's going to try to get a quarterback to get the fifth year option for him, no matter what.
um
Jets have
yeah,
three
if
first round
you're
picks. They can definitely afford to go for a quarterback as well too.
you're also going to have just simply looking at quarterback. You're also going to have who's the guy at Miami. Why is his name escape me?
Ruben Bain Jr.
No. You're thinking defensive line. I'm just thinking quarterbacks only.
Quarterbacks, Carson Beck. I don't think.
Carson Beck. So he's a seventh year senior. He's not
Yeah,
going back to college. So you're going to have your
I
your
mean you got
top
Ty Simpson out
ones.
there as well though.
You got
So
Trinidad
like
Chambliss, who
he has
is
to
not
go.
being he's not being granted extra years to go back to college, so he'll be there. I think you're one and two. If I was somebody in an organization who had the number one pick, if I was part of the Raiders, I would be having a very tough debate between Fernando Mendoza and Trinidad Chambliss. I was saying it during the game. I understand that they lost the game. They're not making the championship game. The way he has played this whole season, with and without Lane Kiffin, I understand Fernando Mendoza is very good. I've watched him all season. I love Fernando Mendoza. I would have a tough time picking between Fernando Mendoza and Trinidad Chambliss.
What's his last name?
Chambliss.
Chambliss, Chambliss,
Gotcha.
Trinidad Chambliss,
What school?
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Oh, okay.
Fantastic quarterback this year.
They
Really
did
good.
pretty good.
And here's the thing. Here's why I would sit there and have a problem is I know Fernando Mendoza can sit in a pocket. He can throw dots. He, I haven't seen him scramble too much. I haven't
He
really
doesn't
seen
need
him be
to.
able to. Yes, he doesn't need to. But what I know with Trinidad Chambliss is he can throw from inside the pocket. He can throw outside the pocket. He can throw on the run. He can improvise very well, and he's very, very fast. He can get you with the feet or through the air. And that's the simple reason if I am the Raiders, where I would have to look for a quarterback who is mobile because my offensive line is garbage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and just
Mendoza would
being the
have a
Raiders as well
few.
though. Being the Raiders though as well
Mendoza,
and drafting a guy like Mendoza, the nicest just stick them
A,
like
a Saint going to Sin City just doesn't work.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the if he, probably will end up on the Raiders, like you kind of said earlier, but he's going to have a few welcome to the NFL moments behind that Raiders offensive line if that's really where he goes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's, scrambling not being the strong suit.
Well, we don't know
The speed
if
of the
it's a
game.
strong suit or not. He's just better in the pocket right now. He does not have to scramble as much as any other quarterback in college.
Ty Simpson's also going to be another guy to watch out for out of Alabama.
I don't trust that at all.
I've seen him
He,
play.
he he's played much better in the later half of the season than the beginning half of the season. Um, he tore up some pretty good defenses. At the end of the day, he's definitely not Fernando Mendoza. He's definitely not Trinidad Chambliss, but he still would be towards the top of that. You'll also have Carson Beck, and I believe Lenora Sellers out of South Carolina will be leaving as well.
Really?
If he's not good for him, I don't think he should, but he would be another top name going into the draft. Regardless of whether he's going in or not, your top three guys, um, it's going to be Fernando or top maybe four guys: Fernando Mendoza, Trinidad Chambliss, Ty Simpson, Carson Beck. Four guys. Those are going to be your top four. After that, there is a very large gap,
I
and I
mean,
don't
there's a
know how
very
good
large
Carson
gap
Beck.
between Mendoza and everybody else as well, too.
So
Well,
you think Chambliss
I
is
don't think there's
probably a
that big of a
Jet?
gap between him and Chambliss. I think it's Fernando Mendoza, Chambliss very close, and then there's a gap, and that's where you probably end up with
Fernando
Carson Beck, and then a gap, and then
Fernando's a
Ty Simpson.
Raider. Fernando's a Raider, and Chambliss is a Jet.
Jets may go somewhere else with the number 2 pick, though. They have abundance of first round picks, so I think they're fine with that no matter what. They can get a quarterback a little bit later on or trade up and get one. I also think the Jets may just be trying to get pieces for next year to build up and get the quarterback the following year. I think
You can go
they
out as
just
a free
they
agent
need
and
a
pick one
lot
up
of
too.
pieces. Yeah, they just need a lot of pieces.
It's better to build around for your future quarterback than it is to get your future quarterback and put him behind everybody else who's going to wreck his career before it even begins. We've seen that on so many different occasions. And why did Patrick Mahomes work out so well? Why did Tom Brady work out so well? Why did Peyton Manning's rookie season wasn't great, but then why did he, eventually work out so well? Is they had a large portion of their offense fledged out before they brought those guys in. Now, granted, Tom Brady was a late round pick, wasn't expecting him to, but they already had Drew Bledsoe and a very, very solid defense and a decent offense put around him before Tom Brady was able to step in. Same thing. Look at Brock Purdy at the 49ers. Why has he been doing so well? They've had great athletes around him on the offensive line, one of the best offensive lines. Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle. They had Brandon Ayuk and Debo Samuel.
The best offensive lines.
The best.
George Kittle. Got it.
It's better to build, and smart organizations do that. Dumb organizations like the Jets don't.
Dude, I'm so bad at it.
You're really bad. So bad.
I'm
People are saying the worst.
Oh shit.
But that opens up the question. We're talking about who's going where, but more importantly, who is going to be coaching these guys? We've got 9 head coach openings at the moment. You've got Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Baltimore, Atlanta, Arizona. You've got Vegas, New York, and Tennessee.
Wow.
That's 8.
Is that 8? Did I count it wrong? 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, there's 9. Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Miami, Baltimore, Atlanta, Arizona, Las Vegas, New York, Tennessee. You don't know how to count on your fingers, Sean.
You missed somebody the first time.
Sean doesn't have fingers.
They're appendages.
Well, that's just
Pittsburgh is the newest of the 9 as Mike Tomlin has decided to step down.
We were saying pre-show that most people missed that Jonathan Gannon?
Jonathan Gannon in Arizona.
Was fired.
I did not know that. I was trying to get a full comprehensive list to make sure that I wasn't missing anyone.
It's the Cardinals.
I had no idea that they fired
the Cardinals ever make big noise?
No.
Well,
I mean,
Should it shock you then?
I mean, if you're
There's so
punching
many firings
players,
right then.
like I would have fired him week whatever when he punched when he punched the guy that fumbled at the
Amari
goal line.
DiMarcado.
That dude.
How crazy is it that Zach Taylor is the lone remaining coach that is on a team in the AFC North
It
of
doesn't
all
shock me one
coaches?
bit. It
Of
doesn't
all
shock me
coaches,
one
though,
bit.
like
That's
It doesn't
I
shock
agree
me.
with Ty Bob. Doesn't shock me. The Bengals
it's the
What
organization
Bengals.
is a joke.
it
They're a joke.
here's the thing about the Bagels. It is a joke, but they are also incredibly cheap. There's a reason why they've kept the coaches that they've had as long as they've had. It's because they don't want to spend unnecessary money on people who aren't part of the organization. They're going to let every coach and every player, if they cannot trade them, run through the extent of their contract, no matter how bad it could be for their team, because they would rather pay you to be awful for them than to let you go be awful somewhere else and still be paying you. They'd rather you wreck their team than not pay you or pay you for just not being on the team and not killing their team.
And I love that.
So that's why it
It's the
doesn't surprise
principle
me.
that matter, you know.
I don't think it's a principle. I think they're just cheap.
Okay, that's that's what cheap people say, though. It's the principle that matter,
That's fair.
right?
I'm not. It's
It's
a dumb
accurate.
move. It's a bad move, but that's exactly why he's still around. And I don't know if he's got 1 year or 3 years left on his contract. I think it is 1 year left on his contract, but don't expect him to be coming back. That's an absolute. They'll let him walk just when they don't owe him any more money.
Speaking of walking, do we think Tomlin's done coaching?
I think
I
so.
think I think he's going to be a little bit like Bill Cowher. He may come back after he dabbles in TV just a little bit because he's definitely going to TV next. I don't see him coaching this year,
Did
this
Bill
next
Didn't
go
year.
back to the NFL? I thought
Bill
he was
Cowher
No,
no,
didn't
he
Bill,
go
was
back?
he never went back.
so
So
yeah,
why are
I
you
think
using that
Tomlin's
as
going
an
to follow the
example?
same suit.
As in, he's going to go to TV for a year, and then from there on, if he doesn't like the opportunities that are in front of him for that next year, and being there with the team for probably 10 plus
I
years, he's
my
going to stay in
vote
TV.
my I just because I'm echoing a stupid reel that I saw. He goes to Miami because he once said he wants to coach in a warmer weather place. Mike Tomlin to Miami.
They could use an attitude adjustment down there in Miami, that's for sure. But
Especially if they're sticking with Tua.
you really think he's going to leave Pittsburgh, who hasn't been good at identifying talent almost at any position outside of pass rush since Bill Cowher left
No, they're
to
good at
go
receivers.
to
They just get crazy receivers.
well, fair. Okay, that's true. I'll give you that. But can't identify a quarterback to save their life to go down to Miami where they don't have a quarterback. They don't have the picks to acquire a quarterback. They don't have the money to acquire a quarterback, and they don't have the scouts to identify quarterback talent.
Mike Tomlin wants to be in Miami, dag, on the beach.
If he's gonna go somewhere warm, uh, Atlanta, Arizona, Las Vegas. If it's simply because he wants
He
to go
was
somewhere
he was
warm,
really
those are
hoping Todd
three
Bowles got
places.
fired. He was really hoping
Yeah,
Todd Bowles was fired.
probably. You go hit up Vegas. They've got the
Vegas is hot.
capital to acquire a quarterback and a team around them with correct pieces in place to identify talent. You go to Arizona, they obviously have the capital to go out and get somebody. And you've got Kyler Murray if you want to keep him for some reason. Or you go to Atlanta where you have a quarterback, you have a running back. Really, you have an offense that just needs to be
They need Arthur
culminated.
Smith. Bring him
Yeah, bring
back.
him back down there. Yeah, and really, you kind of have the pieces on defense. They're just really missing a coach. If there's any opportunity for Mike Tomlin to leave Pittsburgh and actually go somewhere else and it's warmer weather, you go to Atlanta because you don't have
He's
to do
already
much down
left
there.
Pittsburgh, so it would
I
just
know.
be
That's what I'm saying. You've left Pittsburgh. If you still want to coach Atlanta,
he's already
if I'm him, Atlanta's the place to go.
he's already taken the first step.
It's on to
So,
step two.
He's
some
going.
other openings in the NFL. Where do you see some of these coaches going to if they even continue getting jobs?
I mean, the real question is where is Kevin Stefanski going
Well, I was about to
and
say
John Harbaugh? Those are the
he's the
two top
best.
names.
Yeah. I mean, do we still want? Do people still want Stefanski after Cleveland? Like, are we
Oh
still
yeah.
Dude,
think he's
he
that
got a
good?
call.
Like,
He got a call 5 minutes after the information got released that he was
well,
fired.
but I'm just talking about like between us three here. Like I understand Coach of the Year with the Browns. Like when you what you see later on in the Browns' career, are we still that high on Stefanski? Like,
I definitely am because I think a lot of those moves, a la signing Deshaun Watson to that guaranteed contract, came from top down. So I think the owners had a lot of meddling to do with some of the players they had on the team and how Kevin was coaching that team.
I echo that
so
sentiment. I think
Cleveland's last couple of years are not his fault.
I think a lot of what happened in Cleveland, even from the beginning, was a lot of front office. Here are the players that you're going to have. You deal with them. You deal with what we give you. And it's not this cohesive union that you
But
generally see between head
isn't
coach and
he also
GM
a
or
big
fan.
reason? I feel like he's got a lot of influence in the front office because he's a big reason that Baker left. Baker and him hated each other.
And that's fine. I mean, it was honestly probably good for both of them, both Cleveland and Baker, that Baker got out of there. But that doesn't mean that he wanted Deshaun. I don't believe that he did. I don't believe that he wanted any of the umpteen quarterbacks that came through during his tenure there, or the receivers that they didn't have while they were there, and so on and so forth. Like I really truly think that front office, whether he actually has merit in that front office or not, I don't think that they took into consideration what he wanted and what his schemes were in order to get the job done. I think they just did whatever they wanted. And that's generally what Cleveland has done since 2000s.
Well, I think that take is generous to Stefanski. And I don't know why we are harder on some coaches than we are on others.
What coaches
Why
are we not
not?
harder on that you think we should be?
Well, I mean, there's certain coaches that lose their jobs after 1 year, and I don't know. It just seems like standards are different for certain coaches.
The standard is the standard.
You don't have standards.
I
Are
do.
you talking about like Pete Carroll in Vegas? Is that what you're talking about?
No, because he's old. He's different.
So what are
He doesn't
we are
count.
But
you
like,
talking about? Are you talking about Tennessee's head coach?
no, just
Former head coach?
in general, just leave me alone. Let's Harbaugh, where's he going?
I can't tell you where any coach is going right now. It's way too
The
early in the
Giants,
process.
the most Giants thing the Giants could do. Stefanski gets interested. They want Harbaugh. Go all in on Harbaugh. Harbaugh signs elsewhere. They lose out on Stefanski. They sign Mike McCarthy.
I think the two
It's
top
also ripped
jobs.
off from social media. There you go.
I think the two
You're
top
bad,
jobs
dude.
right now. Number one has to be Atlanta. No, I'd take that back. I'd say
They
number one
signed
has
Mike
to be
McCarthy.
Baltimore. Mike McCarthy has been floated around, which is not good. Baltimore's the number one job, and then Atlanta, in my mind, is the number two job. Everywhere else is you don't really have roster establishment, you don't have quarterback. All you have is capital and a hope and a dream.
I mean,
Except
the
Tennessee,
Giants
I
are
guess
interesting.
Tennessee does have a quarterback, and the Giants have a quarterback, but there's far more pieces. When I like Baltimore is primarily built. Atlanta is primarily built. Those are the two top positions, and
And
uh,
both teams
Harbaugh
were
can't go
like
to Baltimore, but
both
he
teams
could go
were
to
one to
Atlanta.
two wins away from the playoffs this year. Like both teams
Exactly.
are competing with decent rosters.
If I'm
So
Harbaugh, I'm
I
trying to go to
if
I
they were
would
the
Atlanta.
coach, you're
lean
like, I'm going to put them over
in
the top.
in my opinion, I'm leaning Atlanta over Baltimore just because like Lamar's Derrick Henry's old and Lamar's injury reoccurrence, seems a little annoying to deal with, but
I think Baltimore's a
I
perfect
would
place for
lean. I would lean
Stefanski.
Atlanta. I like the weapons in Atlanta. I like the defense a little bit better.
And if I'm Harbaugh, I'm harping at going to Atlanta. Like that, Harbaugh needs to go to Atlanta. Rosters build. I think with his structure, he can get them to winning consistently the division, making the playoffs, winning in the playoffs. If I'm Stefanski, I want to go to a place that can be high on offense and utilize my prowess.
Well, that would also
Baltimore,
be Atlanta.
Baltimore could be the place. I mean, yes, yeah, yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think he should be vying for Atlanta, but if I'm Atlanta, I'm taking Harbaugh. If the option between Stefanski and Harbaugh, I'm taking Harbaugh.
Really? Okay.
I
Okay.
If
but
I'm, and
Harbaugh
that's why I
seems
say
more
Baltimore would be a better spot for
Harbaugh
Stefanski.
seems more like a guy that's going to go somewhere where there's stability no matter
You think
what.
anybody from the AFC North is going to go in division? You think Stefanski would go to another AFC North team?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't see why he wouldn't. Coaches don't have loyalty. Players don't have loyalty. Fans have loyalty. And fans won't care that they're getting Stefanski from Cleveland if they're in Baltimore because Stefanski's actually a good coach.
Well, do you think? Well, I don't know. It would kind of be funny for Cleveland. Like it would.
Oh, it would be
They would just be getting
hilarious.
their asses kicked by Stefanski every year again.
It'd be great. Good, good, good. Cleveland's stupid.
No
The
one's going to
Haslams
Cleveland though.
are dumb.
Harbaugh's not going to Cleveland no
I
matter
mean, I
what.
mean, the funniest thing would be just like a little carousel of coaches in the AFC North.
Well, did you
They all
see
they all change besides who's Taylor in Cincinnati?
the
Guy name?
the Ravens I think GM he was doing a press conference talking about Harbaugh
Yeah,
being gone. Saw that Mike Tomlin was available, immediately was like, "What if we do a little trade, 1 for 1?"
funny. The
Nobody's
funniest
talked
thing.
about this.
I don't watch
I
this funny
think,
stuff. I don't watch as many reels as you, Tabo. Sorry, I can't get the good stuff.
I was sick for the last couple of days, so I was chronically online again.
yeah, my phone showed it.
This is what you wanted. You wanted me to share more things with you in the group, so
So
you
then you
share.
started sharing it in the group and individually.
Well, there's some things
Because
that
you
there's some
open
things that
them.
Tommy can't handle, you know.
When
There's
you're ready, get on my level, bud.
Who uh, who
God,
is
I gotta find another
Miami's
one.
former head coach
Mid Daniel.
Mike McDaniel? There we go.
he's our new
Uh,
offensive coordinator,
I would love for him to be the offensive coordinator of
right?
Kansas City.
Andy's getting some dude that he
The
knows.
And
issue
he's getting
is
some dude.
In
the
his
issue
coaching tree, dude.
is there's 9
Andy
openings.
Andy makes Mike Kafka the next OC.
I can
Either
see
him
that.
or Eric Bieniemy. But I'll tell you, Mike McDaniel, he's either going to New York or he's going to Vegas, and I think it's probably going to be Vegas.
To head
Because
coach.
Vegas will give him some money and
Head
then
coach. Here's the thing:
fire him in a few years.
it's not even about the money. Those two places is where he would have the most amount of capital, right? You go to New York, you already have your quarterback. Cool. You've seen him be able to play. You know he can play. He's got to stay healthy, and you have draft capital to kind of build around him. You go to Vegas, you've
He's
got
gonna trade
unlimited
for
capital.
Tyreek again. He's gonna
They they've got the
he's
number
gonna
one
end up
overall
with
pick.
Malik Neighbors and Tyreek Hill again.
Go get the quarterback that you want. And realistically, they have unlimited cap space right now. They've got like nobody under contract that's taking up a lot of money. Go out in free agency and get whoever you want. Mike McDaniel doesn't have to worry about, oh, I was given Tua and now I got to do this or I got to. He can go out in Vegas, get his guy, build the team around him in free agency, and just build from scratch. They will give him time. Pete Carroll was never a guy who they were going to allow time. Pete Carroll, even if he was going to coach as long as he possibly could,
He
he was
doesn't
going to
have
croak on the
time, dude.
sideline in a couple of years, dude. Like it wasn't going to happen. Wasn't going to happen. So that would be the place. If I'm Mike McDaniel, I'm probably looking at a place where I can fresh start everything. It's going to be Vegas, or if you really, really, really like Jackson Dart, go to New York.
Mike McDaniel doesn't seem like Jackson Dart style, but maybe that's just me.
You calling him weak?
No, I just think
Soft hands?
I
He's not ready
think
for cold weather, man. He can't handle
well,
that.
if the Raiders have the primary shot at Mendoza and Mike McDaniel loves a pocket passer.
Does he?
And he's got Ashton Genty. He's going to love a run game. They just need to build up the offensive line.
I think Jackson Dart would want to run too much for McDaniel and the way he likes to run the offense.
Flashbacks.
Well, I'm tired of having my starting quarterback in concussion protocol.
I still think the most interesting job that's not an immediate playoff contender is going to be Tennessee, though. They've shown that they have something with Cam Ward. It wasn't great all year, but you saw flashes throughout the year, and he's definitely going to get a lot better over these next few years, especially with a young,
Well,
good head coach.
do they have enough capital to be good next year? Is that what you're saying?
They've, good? No. Good? I mean,
No,
well,
mid, mid, yeah.
here's the thing. Do they have enough capital? Yes. They still have what, a top three pick? I think they're just behind. I think Las Vegas, Tennessee, and New
They need
York were
linemen
tied.
or a receiver, but they need
Um,
linemen.
so if you guys didn't actually see that, Las Vegas does get the number one pick, but because Vegas, New York, and Tennessee are tied on record, um, they will be swapping as they get down into the later rounds. So number one overall pick
There
is Las
was no
Vegas,
tiebreaker?
but Vegas. Well, no. So here's the thing: they do a tiebreaker for round one. If you have the same record when you get into the second through the seventh rounds, then you
Bro,
start
I
to flip.
swear they be making up rules every single year, man.
So Vegas will
There's
get the number one, New York will get the number two, Tennessee will get the number three. But then when you get to the second round, New
No,
York
no, no,
gets the
no.
one, Tennessee gets the
You,
two, Vegas gets the three.
you're so
Did
close.
I get that wrong?
Yeah. Vegas, New York Jets, Arizona, and Tennessee are all tied. New
Oh,
York is
okay,
at
there you
five
go.
no matter what. Close though.
That's the first round. Then it swaps when you get in the second and third, second through the seventh. Though, did I read that wrong?
I just looked at the first round, dude.
Okay, well,
Draft
okay.
order.
So you are not
Tankathon.
helping
either
this
either
Tankathon.
you're
conversation
blowing
in any way,
either
shape,
you're
or form.
New
blowing
Thanks.
smoke
York's New
or they
York's not in
write.
that at all though, so that's what I was trying to get
Bro,
at.
I'm just
either
telling
you're
you what
blowing
I've read.
smoke
I don't know if it's right.
you're blowing smoke or they just write new rules every year. Like they just make up new shit
It does
whenever
You
happen.
they're
just
doing it.
you just don't pay attention half the time either, so it's an off season whenever you're worried about that
No,
stuff.
this is the NFL, dog. I know what I'm talking about.
I don't know about that.
Sure
The
about that?
the three least appealing jobs have to be Miami, Cleveland, Arizona, right?
Oh yeah,
Like
Arizona's
Pittsburgh
definitely
has
on
to
the
be
list.
Cleveland.
still somewhat appealing. Pittsburgh has to be somewhat appealing,
I
but
mean, I
like
guess Cleveland's defense is nice, but like
You have nothing on
you
offense. You're
want
handicapped with
I
Deshaun
would not want to
Watson.
be the head coach that has to inherit Deshaun Watson on my roster.
Never.
Arizona has to be the least appealing, right? Like you do still have somewhat of a high pick, but like you also have nothing. The last seven coaches that were there have done nothing since what, Kurt Warner and Larry Fitzgerald.
No,
You've
the
got a
Cardinals made the
quarterback still
playoffs
under
with Cliff.
once. Yeah, sure.
Still made the playoffs.
They've done nothing.
Cliff Hanger
Stop it.
from Between the Lions. You remember that little kids TV show
No.
on
Oh yeah,
PBS?
on PBS.
On PBS. Yeah.
Yeah, PBS kids.
Cliff Hanger.